Hey there, everybody. It's Christmas Eve. What's going on? It's the 24th of December. There's a whole lot of football. Look at this. I noticed I have this little filter up here called the slicer with a bunch of different days of the week that there are football games. And look at that. How pretty is that? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Is that true? Is there really a game on the Monday also? Unbelievable. All right. Well, let's talk about the games. I haven't had a lot of time to do this, but one video this week. Good luck to everyone. We'll talk about teams that are jockeying for playoff position because that matters a lot in a week like this. I'm also in the middle of a million other things, so there will be no more NFL videos this week. But people that subscribe to this file and receive this information, because you can change it and update injury reports and things as you get information when stuff changes later in the week, even though I may not be focused on it this week. So we have games. Looking at the week as a whole, the way we sort this thing is we sort it by projected of margin of victory descending. So I'm predicting scores here, and let's remove games where I know teams are not going to be playing because they have no playoff, like Cincinnati and Houston. These are two teams that are not playing for playoffs. So just anybody can do anything in a game like that. It does not matter. So let's just remove it off the list. Um, let's see here. Miami and the Raiders. The Raiders are not playing for playoffs. Miami probably is jockeying, so I like leaving Miami up there. Saints and Vikings. I don't know the playoff situation. Let's get a little zoom in look on this. I don't know the playoff situation. I'm sure the Saints are already in, and the Vikings are not going to be in the playoffs this year. So I don't know what to do there in terms of a 9 point spread because I don't think they actually matter all that much. I don't know whether the Saints are trying to get home field or something, but it's sneaky. I don't know what to do there. So that's the Friday game, also, right? Yeah, this is the Friday game. So this is kind of an unbettable game. You don't think that Minnesota will come out and do anything unless people are trying to play for contracts or whatever. They're done for the year. So I don't know what to say about that game other than it probably doesn't matter. I want to remove it off the list, but it is tomorrow's game, so whatever. Green Bay and the Titans. Um, Green Bay is still jockeying for home field or something. Maybe Tennessee's a really good. This is a great game, great teams here. I don't know if it matters if either of them win or lose for playoff implications other than seeding. I think that they're both in, right? Let's look at the standings there. Right? Like Green Bay and Tennessee are both 10-4 and 11-3. And I guess Tennessee might want to win this. I don't know. They're both up there. KC is really doing better than everybody else, huh? Interesting. I hadn't seen, wow, Buffalo has 11 wins. The Steelers have been playing like crap lately. So let's go back to this for a second. So I do see this is going to be a very good game and probably a precursor maybe to a Super Bowl or a playoff type game. These are two teams that are right up there with Kansas City. Should be a fantastic game. Um, hmm. Says take the Packers even though they're -3. I don't agree with that. I think you take the Titans +3. Even though it says high scoring game 6. I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Lambeau, but just we're very late in the season. It's very interesting. That's going to be a really good game to watch. Arizona and the Niners. Arizona favored by 5. I believe that the Niners have nothing to play for. I think Arizona is jockeying for playoff potential, right? I think that's a must-win game actually for them. What does that say for Arizona? They're 8-6, so this has got to be a must-win game for them. Must win. You should expect them to cover this 5. I think they're going to want to win this game desperately, and due to San Francisco being in and out of injuries all year and having no real home, and this game's in Arizona, and Arizona really wants to secure a win, I'm sure. So unless they're eliminated already, which I don't think so, because they're 8-4, right? There was that what that said? They're 8-6. Yeah, so they're probably not eliminated now. I don't know. Maybe it's close. We're chasing the Rams. I don't know what's going on there actually. I should know the answers. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been paying attention to playoff pictures, but I know it matters. So, but I do think Arizona's going to be fighting for sure. And the money line of -225, I like that a lot. I mean, Arizona should win that game. They're going to want it. Patriots and the Bills. Bills should win. I don't know why the point projections are giving this game to New England. That's fascinating. Let's go look at injuries and stuff. There's different ways we can change the projected scores by removing questionable players, for example, and refresh. You're going to see scores are going to change all over the place. And I like to compare both of these angles. Let's go back and undo that for a second. But yeah, let's go back to undo that and go back to what the scores were originally. We'll do that toward the end of the video. We'll redo it with questionable players not playing. So here you've got Patriots somehow favored. I can't believe that. Is that because maybe Cam is not playing as much and they're bringing in the other quarterbacks? I think you might need to remove Cam from the equation here. So if you get Cam Newton out of here, if he's not playing, if not starting, and then refresh this, see what happens. Yeah, it's changed around, and now all of a sudden, the Patriots are going to lose, right? Or are they? How'd they disappear? We're working on the fly here, guys. Saints, where did they go? Where are you? Oh, they went down here. They tie now, Buffalo. Interesting, 24-24. So that's why it's good. It says take them +7 in New England, but different time of year that they're eliminated, right? And the Buffalo is fighting for playoff spots with like 11 wins. So I do think that Buffalo wins this game. It's an interesting +7 with the Patriots. Rams and Seahawks. Rams just blew a game to the Jets, and now they got to go into Seattle, and it says they beat them 29-27. That's intriguing. I don't know about that. I don't know what it knows. We'll look when we remove questionable players from that game also. Steelers and Colts. Why are you favoring the Steelers? Well, I don't like what these point projections are doing this week. This looks wrong. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna remove, like I said, I'm gonna remove questionables. I just do not like what this is doing. Too many, maybe we have too many double quarterback teams. Really what is necessary is to go through by team and see how many quarterbacks they have. Like these are just the QB totals of each team. I just hit this QB slicer up here. You'll see what I'm talking about. Collapse. All right, so here, if we sort all this descending by QB, sum of C score, you'll see that certain teams have 2 points in terms of their QB. That's because they've got an injured Dak. They've been passing around different guys, Gilbert, DiNucci, and Dalton. Well, only one of those guys is probably starting and playing, right? So you should remove the other two because it's screwing up the point predictions. You kind of want to leave some of it in because there's a chance that another guy might come in and play. And if he's contributed to points throughout the year, you don't want to discount your team's points. But I think that that's what's going on. And I'm concerned at what it is doing is it's changing its projection around. So let's open all this back up with everybody. And I removed all the questionables now. And what has it changed? It's moved. Let's open up the filter also. So it moved around. We brought Tampa Bay to the top of the list here, which is making a lot of sense. Carolina over the former name redacteds in that scenario because I think Antonio Gibson people are hurt on Washington. Haskins out. Did Haskins go to a strip club? Is that what happened? Oh my God, that's so funny. I don't think he contracted COVID, but you don't know yet anyway. Oh, that's funny. Saints and Vikings. So it does like the Saints in this scenario. Can't care about this game. It likes the Rams to beat Seattle. It's because both those teams are fighting too. That's interesting. I don't want to give Seattle too much credit, but you never want to discount Russell Wilson at home. It's going to be a very good game. But both those teams can lose and still make the playoffs. But if the Rams lose, they're definitely in trouble in terms of making the playoffs, right? Because they're all the way down where? They're the Rams. Where'd you guys go? There. They're 9-5. These teams fighting on the bubble, is it? Man, bro, there's a lot of action going on here. I really should look at the playoff picture. Keep saying it. All right. Tennessee, Green Bay, we talked about that game. Denver and the Chargers. Likes the Denver 31-28 without injuries. All right. Denver +3.5. Chargers are usually bad. Miami over the Raiders. It looks like we think they're going to cover the 3 barely. These numbers are a little rounded here. That's why this is a 4-point projected differential, even though it looks like 3 for Miami. Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Kansas City. Gosh, why would Atlanta play well? It predicts Atlanta wins this game. What? All right. I don't think we can trust anything. Who's hurt? Are people hurt on the Chiefs? Is that what's going on? Let's bring the injured people back in for the Chiefs, the questionables. I guess sometimes when you wonder, like, how does a team that's awful beat a team like the Chiefs? And the answer is, well, if the majority of the Chiefs are hurt, let's see here. If you flip it around, the point projections, where did they go? Chiefs, I can't read or see. Chiefs, where'd you go? There. Okay, they tie 29-29 now with players, but for some reason, wow. These scores look kind of high anyway. Yeah, like I said, we need to remove quarterbacks. I just don't have the time or desire. You can do it if you purchase this file. You can spend all the time you want doing it. Let's go back to this. I like this better. Yeah. So somehow Atlanta upsets the Chiefs. I totally see that happening. That's funny. In Kansas City makes 0 sense. Um, Steelers and Colts 25-25. Niners and Cardinals then tie in this scenario with injured players. Then you've lost. You're now into the games where the thinks these teams will lose, but they'll cover the spread, and that's the Jets, Patriots, Jags, and Giants. Thinks the Giants cover 10.5. They probably do. They have a good defense. And it's going to be in Baltimore. So is there anything 11 minutes in? Sorry, I went on and on and on. I haven't looked at this. I didn't spend a lot of time. Sorry, a lot going on. But I would say pick of the week wise, because people have been asking me, hey, how do you use the file? And really you use it by sifting around and looking through the projected pivot sheet and looking to see like one of these games that I really like, for example, to get a better projected score. Like I think I like the Miami over the Raiders game, right? So it says 30-27. So I think that's my pick of the week because I like I like the Raiders are falling apart a little bit. That Miami really wants to win this game, and I think the Raiders are eliminated. So a lot of those reasons why I like Miami. The line's pretty good. So let's look at that game and see, well, everybody that could potentially be playing, and then we're going to derive a people that are playing from what we're seeing. Okay. So Miami, where are you? Miami is 1, and then they are playing the LA, oh, not Rams, the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, so with all the injured people in there, these are all the people who are out for sure. Okay. It's the Raiders have a guy with COVID, Henry Ruggs, and Miami has one guy with a foot. That's it, right? And Ruggs is a pretty big wide receiver apparently for them as well. So that's another positive for Miami. I hate to say COVID is a positive for somebody, but it's a positive for the other team when people are out from it. Now let's look at everybody else, the questionables included. And as we open everybody up, we see that Hunter Renfrow is questionable with a concussion. And there are some big questionables on Miami, which worries me a little bit on the wide receiver realm here and Gesicki, but they are hamstrings. I mean, hamstrings are iffy. I mean, that one that's not that bad because either they're going to be out in or they're out, but I don't know. Thumb, I don't know, and then I don't know what's up with the shoulder here, and that's a tight end, but not too. I mean, how much? What is how? Actually, a lot of the receiving core is questionable, so that does bring in that's why they might not cover actually is because of something like that. And you'll have to see somebody like Tua playing more. Now, who's playing? Is it Tua or Ryan? Let's move out Ryan Fitzpatrick and assume that Tua is playing. Get rid of Fitzpatrick, and then on the Raiders, Derek Carr is out, right? So it's Mariota, so Carr can come out of here because I believe he's out for the pulled whatever. And now that you've done all this, let's go look at what the new score is of that game. And the answer is nothing. Hold on, I always screw this up. All right, we need to get the total column over there. Let's open up all the other teams as well, and that will do it. And now refresh. And you can see that this Miami game that I was just talking about is now 33-25 Miami. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. And it's not more because the wide receiving core of Miami is a little hurt, but they're going to put the points up with the people that are playing. And the Raiders have a Mariota that you don't know what he's going like the second week here after injury. So that's the kind of review you can do with every single game to do a more refined view of what happens here, because that 33-25, if we go back and that more neutered view of it that we just did, where I wasn't pulling specific names of quarterbacks off, and I had like no questionables right on here, and you refresh this, all of a sudden that Miami game is 31-27. That's a little bit closer. But the more in depth we went, the wider it ranged out from Miami winning that game, which is another reinforcement that I really like this pick. I'm not going through every other game. I got too much stuff to do, but you can hopefully using the guide of how to toggle between these sheets to do that. So good luck, everybody. Go Fins. I would like to just freaking drive to Miami and go watch that game. Is the game in Miami? Game in Miami? No, it's in Vegas. All right, I'll drive to Vegas, but I don't think it's as sunny in Vegas as it is in Miami. Did I just say that? It's not sunny in Vegas. All right, guys, whatever. Good luck, everybody. May all of your picks be winning, and may all these picks be winning too.